I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, December the 10th, 2015. A number of terror attacks to report to you that took place in the West Bank last night and today. In the most recent, 4 IDF soldiers were hurt in a vehicular terror attack this afternoon. The incident occurred near the Jewish settlement of Beit Aryeh, when a Palestinian driver deliberately ran into the troops. Israeli security forces found the abandoned car involved in the attack, but were still searching for the driver. The victims were treated by Magen David Adom paramedics at the scene and evacuated to Beilinson Hospital in Petah Tikva. One of the soldiers was said to be in moderate to serious condition. The other 3 were lightly to moderately wounded. Last night, an Israeli couple in their 60s, identified by the Jerusalem Post as Shaul and Rachel Nir, were injured in a shooting attack near the Jewish settlement of Avnei Chefetz. The IDF said the 2 were traveling in a car when shots were fired at them from a passing vehicle. The wife was treated for light injuries. The husband was hit with one of the bullets in his head. He was taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery and is currently listed as in serious to critical condition. Israeli security forces were searching for the perpetrator there. And a 6-month-old baby girl was lightly wounded after the car she was traveling in was hit by Palestinian rock throwers outside Beitar Elite today. Her injuries were from glass shards from a shattered car window. She was given treatment by paramedics at the scene and taken to the hospital. Israel's President Rivlin and U.S. President Barack Obama addressed the press yesterday just before their meeting at the White House, where Obama reiterated the U.S.'s commitment to Israel's security, his condemnation of Palestinian terror and incitement, and his hopes for peace.
We consider our commitment to Israel's security to be one of the most important principles of American foreign policy. It's one that is shared by Democrats and Republicans alike. Under my administration, I'm very proud of the unprecedented military and intelligence cooperation that we have and the consistent support that we've provided to Israel's defenses. I've been very clear in condemning the violence that is recurring inside of Israel, the need for leaders like President Abbas to unequivocally condemn the violence that's been taking place, the need to end incitement, but also the need for Israelis and Palestinians to find mechanisms in which to dialogue and arrive at peace.
Rivlin, in turn, restated that the U.S. is Israel's greatest friend and ally and stressed that Israel has no war with Islam, but rather with extremism.
Well, the obvious should be said from time to time and even being written. Israel has no greatest friend than the United States of America. That has to be very clear, and I say that loud and clear. Well, Mr. President, we are facing the future. And we would like, in the same time, to really thank you from the bottom of our heart, the people of Israel, about what you have done in the last 6 years for the finance, for the diplomatic, and for the military help that you are giving us. You are making us able to stand against threats of today and of tomorrow. I would like also to say that we are very grateful to you about your declaration about the need to fight extremism, whatever and wherever it is. And we are really going hand in hand with those ideas and these ideas. We have no war. We have no war with Islam. We have war against those who are using ideas in order to create extremism and threats towards the whole innocent people in the world.
Rivlin last night joined the President and First Lady Michelle Obama to light Hanukkah candles at the first of 2 receptions held at the White House. At the second reception, the menorah was lit by Manny Lindenbaum, who had escaped with his brother from Poland to England on the Kindertransport in 1939. President Obama told the story of Hanukkah at the event and said that the challenge during this holiday season was to stand up for others. Obama said whether it's standing up for the dignity of refugees, standing up against anti-Semitism, or any kind of bigotry or discrimination leveled at any religion, or standing with our ally, the State of Israel, we can raise our voices, each of us, for the security and dignity of every human being. Well, Donald Trump will not be traveling to Israel this month. The Republican presidential candidate was set to visit the country and meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on December the 28th. However, Trump said yesterday that he was postponing. This following backlash over his controversial calls to bar Muslims from entering the U.S. Trump told Fox News that he decided to postpone the trip in part because he didn't want to put pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu, who faced many calls from Israeli politicians to not meet with Trump. Mark Golub will address Trump's controversial remarks on tonight's In the News at 6:30 with former Israeli Ambassador Yoram Ettinger. Swastikas and other anti-Semitic graffiti were found in a residence hall at Rowan University in southern New Jersey last week. Dean of Students Richard Jones condemned the vandalism, which he said was completely inconsistent with the school's values, and that police were investigating the incident. Chabad rabbi at Rowan, Hirsch Loshak, said the incident was shocking, but he said we refuse to be intimidated or frightened. In fact, we will use this incident as a motivation to increase the light and expand our programming for Jewish students on campus. On Tuesday night, students and faculty gathered for the school's first public menorah lighting to share a message of unity and peace in light of the incident. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, December the 10th. At 7:30, anti-Israel bias is addressed by playwright and professor Dan Hiyuni. At 8 o'clock, the film Freedom from Tyranny. And at 9, Mark Golub sits with former refusenik Yosef Mendelevich on L'chaim. At 10:30, the American Jewish Committee's Moral Courage Award ceremony. And again, coming up on tonight's In the News at 6:30, in light of criticism of Donald Trump's call to suspend Muslim immigration, Israeli former Ambassador Yoram Ettinger of the Ettinger Report cautions America to be realistic and not to repeat the mistakes of Western Europe. That's tonight with Mark S. Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, December the 10th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader. Chag Sameach.